What comes to your mind when you hear the word boundaries? Wait, let me guess. You think of boundaries in the light of protecting yourself from being harmed by someone else. How about setting boundaries with yourself? Think about it. Think about it.
Antelope to eat. Think about it. Thanks.
Dr. Henry Cloud, the author of Boundaries, said something. He said, excess freedom is also bondage. Let me give an example. Sugar, when consumed in the right proportion, is good for the body. There's no harm in taking a proportionate amount of sugar. However, that same sugar, when consumed excessively, could cause diseases like high blood sugar and even diabetes. Another example could be your vehicle. Your vehicle has the capacity to run at 180 kilometers per hour. However, that does not give you the license to drive recklessly. That's why the government usually imposes a speed limit on the vehicle in order to ensure safety on the road. This is the same thing with personal boundaries. Personal boundaries are strategies used to help you to stay effective. So what's the area in your life that you're experiencing misery? You need to start setting limits. For example, an overweight person, no shade is intended, you need to cut down on your sugar intake and possibly start doing bodily exercise in order to keep yourself healthy and avoid diseases. Why are personal boundaries difficult for some people to set? Number one could be ignorance. You cannot apply what you don't know, right? Another one could be legitimate needs. For example, your need for pleasure could also lead to unhealthy addictions. In fact, this is the reason why a lot of people get hooked on pornography, drugs, alcohol, and the rest of them. This is because they have an uncontrollable crave for pleasure, and they can no longer tame that pleasure, and so they find different ways to satisfy that craving. Now, here are some types of boundaries. Number one, emotional boundaries. One example of emotional boundaries could be keeping calm in the face of disagreement in order to deal with it at a better time. Another example of boundaries could be relational boundaries. This means setting limits on those you let into your life, setting limits on those you allow into your circle. Because even Jesus Christ, amongst his 12 disciples, he still had a few people whom he drew closer to himself. It's important that you keep your circle tight as much as you have a lot of friends, but you still need to bring a few people closer to yourself. It's very, very important. Another one could be business boundaries. Partner. Not everyone is your business partner. Not everyone is an ideal customer. That's why in sales and marketing, they have a process for qualifying the ideal clients and sifting out those that are not potential clients. You may be asking, how can I start setting boundaries? Some things that you need to do are to know what you can do and what you cannot do, to know what you want and what you don't want, and then to know what is important to you and then what is not. This is the first step. And then something else that you need to understand is that there will always be resistance from yourself. Due to your programming, due to the way you have been, due to your behavioral pattern over time, you will experience some resistance because you are trying to break out of an established pattern. So there will definitely be resistance and relapses. However, it's important that you do not give up. If this video was helpful to you, I want you to write what you learned in the comment section. If you have not started following this channel, I want you to hit the follow button for more videos like this.